Revelation 3319. From the 5th of November 1944. Redemption of matter. Idleness. Activity. What serves the body for preservation will at the same time mature spiritually, for it fulfills its assigned purpose and thus follows the course of upward development. And that is why every object, every matter, is assigned a task, and indeed this task must be a beneficial one. It must signify a work of love for the work of creation on which the object is used. The latter must need these very things for its preservation, then one can speak of a serving purpose of matter. And man should promote the maturing of the spiritual in matter by contributing to the transformation of it into useful objects, by creating and shaping according to his ability, by producing things which serve fellow human beings or other works of creation according to their nature. The human being himself should be active in serving neighborly love, and he should also help matter to serve, so that a general process of redemption takes place, which always presupposes a serving activity. And love must underlie everything. For as soon as something is created to the detriment of the fellow human being or other works of creation, the spiritual is not redeemed but forced into God-opposing actions, and it can never develop upwards but, after its release from the form, it has to animate the same form again until this form has fulfilled its serving purpose. This means a prolonged stay in a shell which becomes torment for the spiritual. And the spiritual takes revenge on the human being who let the form come into being in order to harm his fellow human beings. It takes revenge in the most diverse ways, but it will always afflict the soul more than the body. The human being will sink spiritually into the depths of darkness, just as conversely a human being who helps many matter to serve and thus contributes to its redemption will be supported in his spiritual striving by the spiritual which has been released through human help. The human being can contribute a great deal to the redemption of matter, but he himself also finds support through it in his upward development. For a great deal of matter is dependent on human help, it is waiting to be processed, to be transformed into useful objects in which the spiritual can now fulfill its serving task, as is its destiny. Therefore, regulated activity, a constant utilization of matter, will always carry its blessing, just as idleness does not correspond to God's will, for the human being does not fulfill his purpose, he does not serve with love. An idler will also not feel love within himself, otherwise love would drive him to activity. Nor will he achieve spiritual success because the latter is only caused by love. Love for his fellow human being, which expresses itself in service. Every work of creation has a serving task, even if the spiritual element serves it in a state of compulsion. But the human being is free to be active in service, yet he has countless opportunities to contribute towards the preservation of the works of creation, just as he also has countless opportunities to prove himself useful to his fellow human being. And thus he can express his love, he can be active in creating and shaping and create countless things which fulfill a serving purpose. He can contribute to the higher development of the spiritual, which is embodied in the forms his hands have created, and this spiritual will thank him eternally. Amen.